I wanted to let you know that this might be the last video on my channel. You see, Google can shut down channels that say things like this, and there's a chance they could permanently ban my channel. In this video, we're going to be building a web application without development knowledge that will rewrite text to make them undetectable by Google's algorithms. I'll guide you through the process of creating this application using just a few phrases that we'll send to ChatGPT, and it will return all the necessary instructions. And at the end, I'll show you how to improve this web application even further. Now you might be wondering how authors can actually earn money with AI-generated texts. Well, one way is to create a website on a specific topic like animals, finances, or crypto, and then use Google search traffic to earn money from ads. Another way is to find tasks on freelance sites that offer you to write a text about something for some amount of money. There are plenty of other ways to earn money with AI-generated texts as well, but we'll leave those for another time. But before we get started, I want to let you know about ChatGPT. It's a free online AI tool that can help you generate texts, but it's not perfect. It can lose your question, it can work slow, and sometimes it can't write a full answer to your question. That's why I'm going to be using a paid version of ChatGPT in this video. It's not 100% the same as the free version, but it's from the same developers and has a very similar behavior. You can use any option convenient for you. To use this paid version, you'll need to open the OpenAI Playground. Go to API link on the top. Log in with your account. Go to the Playground link. Choose the chat preset on the top to simulate the same behavior as in the chat. Some things will be done using this preset, another using the default empty preset. Make sure you choose the TextDevInsight 003 model. It is the most expensive and efficient AI model. To use it, you need to tie your credit card to it. Money will be withdrawn post factum, so make sure you have enough available balance. Let's create a super cool web app using some awesome modern technologies like React.js, Bootstrap, and TypeScript. Our goal is to make something that works in your browser but is also easy for developers to extend. And who knows, maybe this app will be so amazing that we can start a startup with it. To get started, let's use some magic words: React.js, Bootstrap, TypeScript. These technologies will help us build the project super fast. First things first, let's write some commands for Mac OS to install React.js using npx with TypeScript. These commands are pretty similar for most operating systems, but if you're having trouble, feel free to ask ChatGPT for specific instructions for your OS. Just make sure to install Node.js first before running the npx command. Once you've got those commands running, it'll create all the necessary files and download all the dependencies for the project. Then just run a few more commands to open the project directory and launch it in your browser. If everything goes well, you should see an atom. Next, let's tell ChatGPT what code we want it to write. We want a React TypeScript component with two horizontal text areas, one for input and one for output, and a button that says make it. The button should be disabled if the input text area is empty. We also want to use Bootstrap 5 for all the elements and import it into the component. When we click the button, it should call a function that rewrites the text with synonyms and displays the rewritten result in the output text area. The rewrite text function should be importable and in a separate file, and it should be able to rewrite 100 words. Show me the file contents with this function. As you can see, the task might not be written perfectly grammatically, but ChatGPT should still be able to understand it. It's a good idea to ask ChatGPT to split the code into different files too. That way, it'll be easier to troubleshoot any issues that come up. ChatGPT will return the code to you, but sometimes it doesn't work perfectly in the free version. If that happens, you could just submit the request again and ChatGPT will try again. In my case, ChatGPT returned code for 2 files instead of just 1, so let's create the files one at a time. If you notice any errors, you can always send them to ChatGPT and it will fix them for you. After we've rewritten the code, let's paste it into our project. You might have noticed that the rewrite text function is currently empty. Let's ask ChatGPT to implement it correctly. Implement the rewrite text function, which accepts a text and replaces words in it with synonyms. It should support synonyms for 100 words. ChatGPT will return a correct code and an example synonym list containing 1 word. Let's paste the code into the project and then ask ChatGPT for a list of 100 popular words with synonyms. We'll save that list in a file in the project. Even though the new function had some errors, ChatGPT was able to fix them for us. Now the function is working perfectly. Let's start the project and see what happens. All we see is an atom. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Let's copy the code from the app.tsx file and ask ChatGPT to display our new component. ChatGPT will update the file for us, but we'll need to remove the code that displays the atom. Now the project is working. but the user interface still isn't quite right. ChatGPT forgot to include the Bootstrap library, so let's ask how to do that. Follow the suggested steps and then run the project again. This time, we should see an improved UI. It's not perfect, but it'll work for our purposes. Finally, let's ask ChatGPT to write something about Bitcoin and paste it into an AI detector. It should say that the text is almost 100% generated by AI. Then, let's take that text and run it through our brand new software, process it, and check it using the AI detector. While the text is 96% real, not bad. Now let's talk about improving this web application. One of the easiest ways to do it is to ask ChatGPT how to improve it. Simply send a message asking for ways to improve the app, and ChatGPT will return a list of suggestions. You can also ask ChatGPT to describe the technical details of these improvements and then ask it to implement it himself. It's as easy as that. If my channel is not blocked, then see you in the next video.